Hey everyone, thought I'd do this before I rest for a little bit. I do have to work, but that's not until later in the mid-afternoon. And it's only a 4.5 hour shift, it's only a 4.5 hour shift, so I should be fine. And yes, happy Cinco de Mayo to a lot of you. But, with that said, let me talk about something. I just watched one of a YouTuber's video. He's an MLP YouTuber that obviously gets a lot of views, but he just talked about something that, even though I don't watch the show, but as you know, I do have 2 episodes, the holiday-related episodes on DVD, as well as the fact that I am intrigued and interested in possibly going out and seeing, when it comes out, the movie next year, just to see what they do with it. Because sometimes they say that once you see the feature film based on something that may not spark your interest, it may suddenly spark your interest. But I do have respect for what Friendship is Magic has done for the My Little Pony brand. Don't get me wrong about that. I respect it. Because I wouldn't have expected My Little Pony, of all the Hasbro brands that have been rebooted since their initial beginnings in the 1980s, to have the success and the cross-culture and cross-gender reaction that it's got, and support and fan base. Excuse me. I wouldn't have expected that, neither would you. But with that said, he brought up the fact that Fluttershy, and this was something that was recently posted back on the 26th or something of this month, I believe. Let me check. Actually, the 23rd. It was posted on the 23rd of last month. And he basically said in this video his theories on why he believes Fluttershy is the next MLP princess. Now, I will say this. Out of respect and research and listening to what other people have had to say, I've kind of gotten to know some of the characters. And Fluttershy, he brings up a lot of good points. Except, she's not Bat Pony. Let me explain something. Even though I didn't watch the episode, I saw clips of it. The reason she has the bat fang, or teeth, was something that they usually do at the end of any cartoons, even in the past. They show that the person still has something, but then they never speak of it again. Now, you might say it was brought up on in one episode as part of a nightmare sequence, but that was it. But that was a nightmare sequence, not real. That was not in the current timeline or reality. The point is, the point is, with the exception of that Nightmare Night deal, or that Nightmare sequence in one episode, again, it was never brought up. The ending was done as a joke. It was done as a joke, but yes, I will admit it was done as a what if. To leave it up to the fans of what if it happens? What if she reverts? Now, unless the writers on the cartoon decide, hey, let's go with it and have her revert, that's fine. Go ahead and do that. But, as far as the question, is she the next princess, I think we need to be realistic here. For non-fans, real fans, diehard fans, people that are respectable fans out of respect but don't really watch the show that much, and like me, just may collect the figures and merchandise that they find appealing or that might attract their attention. Let me explain this, and I think anybody listening will agree. Fluttershy is not the next princess. No, 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 no. The rest of the main 6, if not now the main 7 or 8, are the next princesses. That's a fact. Why do you think when this show began, from a continuity standpoint, Twilight was basically befriended or was united with them as the main 6? Why do you think that is? Because each and every one of them has a special power, has a special ability, has a special connection for the rainbow power, the power of harmony, the power of crystallization, you name it. And it's all leading to something that I think a lot of fans, again, respectable fans, non-fans, diehard fans, whatever. I think it's leading to a moment that I believe a lot of you are going to agree upon. And that moment is the rest of the main 6, maybe main 7 or 8, depending on if Starlight Glimmer goes through this redemption arc in this season. If it's not a pull of facade, it's not, hopefully it's not a pull or a facade, if you will, and it's a true redemption arc or story. And the same with Trixie. Depending on what happens this season with Starlight and maybe Trixie, and if it is a main 7 or 8 or just a main 6, because that's what the movie's focusing on, don't be surprised that down the line you start getting indications, whether it's in the movie itself, in future seasons and episodes, that the rest of the main 6 are princess bound. Yeah, think about it. Think about it. I mean, the hints have been with you fans since day one, since episode 1 of this entire series. They've been with you since the finale of season 1 and into episode 1 of season 2, when it was revealed that Twilight was a princess and now an alicorn, basically a unicorn Pegasus. So, with that said, think about it this way. As I said, each has a connection with the certain powers they've been using. So who's to say they're not the rest of the main 6? And that's Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, Rarity, Applejack. Who's to say they aren't princess bound either? Who's to say that them being with Twilight, who's to say it isn't a test to see if they're ready to take that next step to princess them? Who's to say that's not the case? And if you want to stow this arc with Starlight and this little on and off arc with Trixie around, who's to say Starlight and maybe even Trixie aren't being tested to be princess bound? No one knows that. Except if you are a real diehard fan, you might understand exactly where I'm coming from, because I'm not a diehard fan, but I'm somebody that I can read between the lines. I can hear what other other people are talking about, listen to their opinions, and kind of come up with my own thoughts and opinions of something I may watch or may not watch, but give my opinions on it, my predictions. And my prediction is, I believe it's leading to the rest of the main 6, maybe 7 or 8, depending on if Starlight officially joins or something changes this whole redemption deal, or if Trixie's involved with the redemption or something or whatever. The truth of the matter is, I don't think there's no denying that That is the goal of the creators of the cartoon series, and maybe even the same goal of the people that write the comic. Have it revealed in the end, when it's all said and done, that the entire main six Ix are princesses. That not just Twilight, but Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, Applejack, Rarity, and Pinkie Pie, and maybe if you want to make them the main seven, main eight, Starlight and Trixie are all princess bound, because what they're going through are tests to see if they are worthy of being in that position of power, of being given that gift. That if they are qualified, that if they are worthy, you know, and you can come out and you could say, well, this pony has this and this and this and this. You could say basically that this pony has this ability and that ability and this and that and this, and that makes them the next princess. That's true. But who's to say the rest of the main six, the remaining five, and maybe six member of the main seven, or even eight, aren't princess bound either? That's just a theory of my own, guys, an opinion of my own, but I think for any of you that's really been following this series since the beginning, whether you're a diehard fan or you watch it for the fact that it's a good series, and I'm not denying it is, and I'm not denying that it's not, or you watch it out of respect because you grew up on the series and you want to see what this one does, or you're just someone that likes to listen to other people talk and give their opinions on shows they may or may not watch on occasions, and give your opinion of what you see coming, like I do. And I see, basically, in my opinion, that the rest of the main six, maybe seven or eight, are princess bound, and what they're going through, their associations, are all a test to see if they're ready for that next step. So let me know what you guys think about it down below. Comment if you like. And I am out of here for right now. But that's just my thoughts. What are yours?